wedding preparations have the spotlight on me for a change. I'm tired of playing second fiddle when it comes to politics, economics, education, and just about everything else that matters. And even though this rite of passage will cement my role as traditional wife and mother, I do think that Henry sees me as more than that, recognizes that I do have a brain, and that I do like to use it, so perhaps I will get to speak my mind for a change.
Don't count your chickens before they hatch, Caroline. The traditional role of hostess childbearer is a hard one to break out of. That's why it's called a traditional role. But you're already showing that you're a little bit of a maverick by choosing to marry here at Ashtabula instead of over at the church.
Well, a church wedding has too many rules. I want to wear one of my better dresses, but the neckline is too low and the sleeves are too short for wearing in the church. The church also requires wearing gloves, and I think they're awkward to remove. Otherwise, I'd have to slit a seam to get the ring on.
Well, you're not wearing white either. That's another tradition you just turned your nose at.
Ever since Harper's Magazine carried pictures of Queen Victoria's wedding of the century, everyone has been wearing white satin accented with flower blossoms. I simply want my dress to be different.
Well, Mother said the seamstress is coming by today. Which dress will she be working on?
Well, my wedding dress is finished, so she's going to start on my second day dress. Oh, how are the other preparations coming?
Well, we're definitely going to have plenty of food for the ceremony on Saturday. The tables will be so full that the boards will groan. And just think, on Sunday when the guests call here again, you will receive them for the first time as Mrs. Henry Miller. The second day food's not near as elaborate, so make sure to keep your dress simple. Not too fancy, but nice enough to receive guests. And oh, by the way, I finished your veil this morning. For someone with such a rebellious streak, why are you sticking with the traditional long veil?
Well, I know that Martha Washington's granddaughter Nellie Curtis started the fashion of the face veil, so if it's good enough for her, it should be good enough for me, right?
Yes.
Besides, I do pay attention to a few fashion trends, and some fashion magazines consider a face veil inappropriate if the dress is not white.
Oh, well, I didn't know that. You know, after courting 12 beaux, we all thought the spinster life was yours to be had. So how in the world did Henry finally win your heart over?
Oh, Sarah Ann, you know that it's all part of the games that we women like to play. But I do have to admit, it was the last letter that Henry wrote to me that simply won my heart over. It's in my scrapbook if you'd like to read it sometime.
I would.
Oh, and the other day, our sister Jane was asking that if I was finished with all the rest of my beaux, if I could please give her just one. She seemed so eager to marry.
Somehow she's just managed to get rid of the few beaux she did have. I do wish you would give her just one of your old beaux and save her from being an old maid.
Well, I'm not sure how easy that would be to do. She is such a romantic.
That is an understatement. Did you know that ever since she was 16, she's been putting a piece of wedding cake from every wedding attended under her pillow in hopes of dreaming of a young gentleman? But the dreaming cake just does not seem to be working.
If Jane ever hopes to catch a gentleman, she had better rely on something besides a piece of old cake.
That's for sure. Well, I assume your guest list is set?
It is. The list that I gave you the other day is complete. Since the engagement, Henry and I have been paying calls on all the family members to see who is attending, and aside from Aunt Margaret, everyone is coming.
And what is Aunt Margaret's problem?
Sarah Ann, don't be so disrespectful.
sorry.
You know that Aunt Margaret is in mourning, and unless she decides to set aside her mourning for that one day, she cannot come, and I'm not sure that she's willing to do that.
Well, at least if she does attend, she won't be wearing those old widow's weeds. All that deep black would surely put a curse on your wedding.
It would.
Etiquette demands if a widow attends a wedding, they wear white and black, or mauve, or purple.
That's true.
But I think it's about time for the seamstress to arrive.
Yes.
So I'm going to leave you alone to work on your trousseau, and I'm going to go help with the Christmas decorations. Thank you for